people were getting high. There were girls swimming topless, young-looking girls that were, not dressed. We moved to another part of the house so that he wouldn't be exposed to what was going on.
Had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
They had a recording of Meek and Diddy
making love.
Ew. I don't know if it was love.
They want to make it. They want to make it so badly. You get these vulnerable people. Parents are letting you do this because they want to make it so badly. And then you record them probably and say, if you do anything, we got this on you.
Go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. Hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
He's trying to be a normal person.
Yeah.
But he's struggling with the fact that he was insanely famous when he was a kid.
Yeah. That's not something I would, I like seeing people become successful, but that's not something I would wish on somebody.
Back in 2009, Justin Bieber was only 15 years old, freshly out of Canada, still rocking the swoop haircut and singing One Time, when he met Diddy and their strange relationship began.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time.
You're gonna hear about my party, they're gonna be shutting them down, they're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time.
There's an old video titled Justin Bieber's 48 Hours with Diddy that aged terribly, where Diddy looks straight at the camera and says the chilling line,
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but go get the front shot of this.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. No.
Where are we hanging out and what we doing? We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Put his arm around me in an uncomfortable way, close to areas that you shouldn't as a grown man.
At the time, she was only 11 years old when she was kidnapped and drugged with jelly beans and flown on a private jet to New York. And that picture with the girl on Diddy's lap with the D&G sweater, that's her. She's 11 years old in that picture. They put those clothes on her. They did her makeup.
Which sounded weird then and terrifying now, knowing what we know.
Rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors, yeah. I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
The thing is, we're getting the rumors from the internet, and the internet thinks that the Taliban took out that bridge in Baltimore. So it's like, who fucking knows? Who knows what's real?
That's what Diddy's lawyers, I think, said. It was like, yeah, these are just trumped up charges. Not trumped up, I don't think they said that, but like bullshit charges.
Dude, when Homeland Security invades your house,
You got problems.
with dudes with fucking guns and body armor. There's
Someone said that they weren't there to take stuff. They were there to delete everything. The real people that were in there.
Oh,
Like
that's
the same
funny.
thing with Epstein.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's fun. Of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get it, it was his determination that it was a homicide because of the way his neck was broken. And what he said was it was indicative of a ligature strangulation. And it was because of the positioning on the neck where the marks were, that it wasn't indicative of someone hanging by their weight, which had been higher on the chin. And there's a specific break of the bones and the vertebrae that's consistent with someone who is just strangled to death.
I haven't seen it. I'll definitely take a look at it because that's part of my job.
You haven't seen that?
The report on that? No, I haven't looked at that.
Did you see any, was there any other autopsy done other than the official one?
Not to my knowledge, but if there was, you'll get it.
Diddy promised him a car when he turned 16, said they'd go buck wild for the next 2 days, and no one really questioned it. But looking back with today's allegations, it feels different, because in 2011, Diddy called himself Justin's big brother and even bragged on camera that Justin knew not to talk about what they did together on national television, which raises more red flags since you have a grown man in his 40s hinting that a teenager is keeping secrets. Then after years of being constantly seen with Diddy, Justin disappeared. No more parties, no more flashy videos. The bromance was dead, and in its place came God. Justin started posting about Jesus, asking how to really believe in him, and writing like he was going through spiritual warfare, talking about enemies trying to destroy him and restore what they stole, which hit just as Cassie accused Diddy of filming her without consent. Then came the weirdest part. The pizza video on the very day Cassie testified, Justin randomly posted a silent, creepy video of himself eating pizza. No music, no smile, no sound, staring dead at the camera like it was a surveillance feed. And fans instantly linked it to the blackmail and surveillance tapes being discussed in Diddy's court case. Because pizza, of course, has dark conspiracy ties since Pizzagate and secret elite parties, and this felt like a message or cry for help. Especially since Bieber's father-in-law, Stephen Baldwin, publicly asked for prayers for Justin right when these Diddy accusations exploded, which made people wonder why you'd beg strangers to pray for a rich, healthy son-in-law unless something very dark was going on. Then, you rewind to 2020, when Justin released Yummy, a bizarre project, a music video showing him at a table full of creepy old people's dancing giant cakes and Justin's own head served on a platter visuals that people didn't understand at the time, but now seem like a coded cry for help. Some even linked the look of that video to Gio Forbichet, an artist who makes disturbing dinner-themed bondage art, and who is friends with Rachel Chandler, who's allegedly tied to Epstein and Diddy through the Midland Agency, which supposedly handles elite connections. And all this adds up to a disturbing timeline because Justin hung with Diddy as a minor, vanished, turned to religion, posted odd content full of symbols and clues. And now his name keeps popping up behind closed doors in Diddy's case, with rumors saying he may be subpoenaed and forced to testify as a silent victim whose story could blow the entire case open forever, breaking past NDAs and media spin. Because if a global megastar like Bieber admits Diddy harmed him, the whole empire crumbles, along with the blackmail tapes and grooming whispers and Pizzagate-style theories the internet's been screaming about for years. And that's why Justin's been dropping signals all this time through music and God and strange posts, silently screaming, "Help me," without ever saying it directly. And now finally, the world is listening.